Hello friends, I'm Dr. Fatima and you're watching the Mom School. So this video is for those parents who are planning to or who are homeschooling their children, mostly in the age range of 2.5 to 5.5 or 6 years. That means the preschoolers and the kindergartners. Okay, I have worked with a school, okay, and as a kindergarten teacher, as a, you can say hobby because of interest, though it was not my field of profession. But yeah, I got a chance and in a very good school, and I have experience in that, and I would share 3 major points which you should follow if you want to have an effective homeschooling experience for your child. Okay, and that's what I have learned from that kindergarten, and I hope you will find it important. Okay, because I think it's very, very important. So the first point is that planning is the key. You must have heard this before that you should plan, but what you should do when you are planning. Okay, when I say planning, I mean you should have a plan, a rough plan for the year, okay, month wise, and then you should have a plan for the month, okay. And what plan? Like what you have to teach, you want to teach, and why, what's the objective, what you are trying to teach, why are you trying to, not for just for the sake of teaching. There should be a reason behind teaching that. So which skills your child will be learning through that, and how you will teach. That is very, very important. Teaching doesn't mean that you read a chapter and you throw it at your child. You have to incorporate some activities which we as teachers used to write in our logbook, okay, like which lesson, when, what will be the objectives, what we want to accomplish with this lesson, and which activities, which materials we are going to use. Okay, that can be very simple abstract things. Okay, like if I have to teach the concept of in and out, I can draw a circle on the floor with a chalk, and I can I ask my kindergartners to jump in and jump out. Okay, that way I can teach the concept of in and out. So how is very important. Okay, and when you are deciding on when to teach, okay, you have to keep in mind the surroundings, like the seasons, the holidays or the festivals or the life events in the life of your child which is going to happen, like birthdays, celebrations. That homeschooling gives you flexibility for that too. For example, and you have to tie everything together. I'm giving you an example. For example, it's the season of spring. Flowers are blooming, butterflies are around. So, as a matter of art and craft, you can obviously teach your child to make a butterfly out of a Play-Doh, or you can give your child to print out of a butterfly to color, or you can try to teach your child to draw a butterfly if they are a bit older. Okay, so that will be art and craft. Especially you can talk about the environment, the season. That will be the part of environmental studies. Now, I was talking to my child and I told my child that butterflies have antennas, or they have wings, and so I said that they have 2 antennas. Okay, one butterfly has 2 antennas. Now, if there are 3 butterflies near a flower, so how many antennas are there in total, okay, in that area? So she has to add it up. Okay, my child was 6 years old when I did this to her. You can simply talk about wings if you're talking about addition, or they can count the butterflies as a part of numbers or maths skills. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that tie around a theme, okay, and then put it according to the season. You cannot talk about springs and butterflies in a season where there are no butterflies, right? Or you cannot talk about summers in winter. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so try to identify the major events or seasons around the year, and then plan the activities accordingly or the lessons accordingly. That's what major books also do. They place lessons in a way that a summer type of a lesson will come earlier, okay, as we do in India. Summers come near to the new session, no, and winters will come later, so they will place a chapter related to winter or a national holiday later on. Okay, in January we have Republic Day and also plan accordingly and tie it with a unifying theme. Now coming to the second very important point, which is movement. Like, you have to incorporate some sort of movement to make the child learn. Children learn best when they do things hands on. You cannot just tell them something and they will remember. Okay, make them do and they will remember. Ask them to make letters out of Play-Doh, A, B, C, D. Teach them how to. Ask them to make balls out of Play-Doh. Help them count it. Okay, so this way, or ask them to jump. Okay, hop and count. Okay, see how much they can jump on one feet, how much they can jump on the other feet. So these kind of things, some things which involve running, some lessons which can involve dancing. If you incorporate movement, the lessons will be better for your children to grasp and to be attentive to. Okay, you must have observed, and I have also experienced, if I tend to speak a lot, talk a lot to children, they lose their focus, and then it's very difficult to handle them, even as a kindergarten teacher. Don't think that everybody is sitting in place in the class all the time. If you're not planning activities properly, children will not sit in place for a long period of time, because children of that age usually have a small attention span of 15 minutes or so. Okay, so involve lots of movement in the lesson, but yeah, teach them how to sit as well for some time, but then give a break and involve movement in middle as well. Plan activities which have movements in them. And the last and very important point is that when we send children to school, we have one more motive, that we want children to be independent. Okay, so now if you are homeschooling, that doesn't mean that you will do everything for your child. Give them a tiffin box, or let them set the table and ask them to eat on their own properly. Okay, and teach them how to use the loo properly. So these all things they should be doing independently. Teach them life skills which they should be doing independently, and give them chance to meet other children as well, if it is safe in your area because of the pandemic, I won't say. And interaction should not be less, so interaction should be there. Plus, you cannot get your child to do anything if discipline is not there. Okay, so I will involve independence and discipline in one point, that let your child be independent, but you have to take hold of the discipline. Okay, you have to be fair and consistent. Like, I am not very good at disciplining my child, so I am not homeschooling my child. Okay, but I was good in disciplining other children. Okay, when I was a kindergarten teacher, so I knew that I can be a teacher. If you cannot discipline your child, then there will be a lot of lagging behind which will be happening. Okay, because children learn a lot of things, a lot of life lessons by the disciplining which their teacher do. And that disciplining doesn't mean punishment, it means something, consequences. And the consequences should be two things: fair and consistent. If suppose the child has spilled something, you can ask the child to clean it up. Okay, that means it is fair. What the problem has happened, that you have helped the child to resolve it, and the child has got a consequence. Okay, and by consistent I mean that whenever the child spills, every time the child has to clean. So you cannot let the child go one time. Okay, that's what the teachers do. They are fair. If some child has done wrong, the other child will also get the punishment, the consequence. And if the child is repeating a mistake, every time the child will get the consequence. And that's how they learn. So if you're disciplining your child, you're not being rude. The aim is not to punish, but to be fair and consistent, so that they learn their lessons and that they understand things and they become more and more independent. Now, many parents are wondering what to teach and what should be taught in preschools and kindergartens. So if you're interested in knowing that, please comment below and I'll try to make a video on that if you comment. And if you like this video, if you found this video of some use, please subscribe to the channel, like and share. That will be really helpful and motivational for me as well. Thank